This January sees a slew of games coming.
Slew?
Yes. We use those words on this channel. Coming to the PS4, mainly JRPGs and fighting games. So I am here with Mike.
Hello.
And we're gonna rifle through some of them and tell you about them. Street Fighter V Arcade Edition sees a re-release of the last main installment, with a few bells and whistles on top. These include new V triggers, special moves that either provide power-ups or single devastating moves, all 28 characters including from the DLC and more coming in future DLC, and 6 modes, each representing a major game of the series. So there's a lot to pack in there.
Yeah, definitely. This is quite cool actually, because like Street Fighter V basically wasn't really finished when it was released.
Yeah.
Don't know if you noticed. The arcade mode type thing,
Yeah.
arcade edition thing, is a free patch. So if you already own Street Fighter V, you're getting it for free.
Yeah.
Where it gets confusing is that there's also a season of DLC characters.
Yeah.
If you buy the box version, you get the
them.
characters and the patch, but if you don't buy the box version,
you have to buy the DLC.
Yes.
So you can get a free upgrade, but then you have to buy all the other characters.
Yeah. I mean, you can not buy them, but then you won't.
You won't have them if you want the whole.
But it means that you can, because it's all a kind of update. Even if you don't own a character, you can fight against them, which is quite neat as well. So if you're playing online, the community isn't kind of split, which is kind of a neat idea.
It's really kind of rubbish when like
when it's piecemeal and you can't. Yeah, exactly. So they've sorted that problem. The modes thing sounds kind of interesting. So they've taken classic Street Fighter games and kind of built arcade modes around that, which is quite neat. And it kind of came on the heels of an announcement of a sort of classic Street Fighter collection that's going to contain 12 games as well. So they're really kind of going, because it's the anniversary of the original Street Fighter. Yeah, they're doing a kind of bundle as well. So it's going to be a good time for Street Fighter fans early in 2018.
Nice.
I'm very excited about those. That bundle, that classic bundle, has online modes for a bunch of the classic stuff. So like Street Fighter Alpha 3, which is a real favourite of mine, is now going to have online play, which is really, really cool. And it's coming out on Switch as well, which will be a great place to play all the classic Street Fighter games. So if you're into Street Fighter, Merry Christmas, although that was about a week ago.
Yeah. Happy New Year. If you prefer your fighting games to be over the top in more of an anime sense, then Dragon Ball FighterZ with a Z might be for you. It stars iconic characters from the series beating the crap out of each other, of which players can then select 3 for their teams, being able to swap them out in fights. Whilst that means you do have to beat 3 characters to beat an opponent, it also lets you have characters assist you and perform super cool team combos. I'm a firing my laser. Over 9,000.
Yeah,
I know Dragon Ball
Z's.
Z's.
You know, have you seen this game? Have you seen it? It looks astonishing.
It's ridiculous.
Like,
the animation is
3D,
quality.
but it looks exactly like the cartoon. To the point where you're staring at it going,
is it?
How does this work?
Yeah, because it's like 2.5D, they say.
The characters look exactly like they do in the cartoon, but it's a 3D fighting game. So regardless of whether you have any interest in anime fighting, this is probably one of the best, like objectively, one of the best looking games this year.
It's just such a spectacle. It looks really cool. Like some of the super moves.
Turning it into a tag thing where you have a team of 3. I've played some Dragon Ball games before, and those fights last a long time. So having 3 characters to beat in a row, like in one match, seems bonkers. But I'm prepared to believe it's great.
But the thing is, are they really long? Just because they do the big anime build-up where they just cut between them for like 5 minutes before any action.
You can have an entire
starts.
series of someone charging up to just to do one punch. It looks cool. I haven't played a Dragon Ball game for a long time, so it may have changed a lot. But just looking at it is enough for me. It looks absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Fans of turn-based RPGs, rejoice! Lost Sphear comes to us on multiple platforms, giving us a world not only to explore, but also to put back together, as an ominous power is causing parts of it to disappear. With a slight twist on traditional turn-based combat, you can surround your enemies and harness the power of the Volco-suit armors to help you in tough battles.
It's always an ominous power, isn't it? Is this the one made by the guys who made I Am Setsuna? I believe it is.
And
which I just, every time I see it, I just think I am Satsuma. But yes, it looks quite pretty, right? It's got a kind of like cutesy Final Fantasy VII vibe.
I was about to say, exactly like Final Fantasy VII, but like more high res, obviously. We should be interested to see when that remake comes out, like soonish.
Oh, crikey. Well, I'm not expecting it soonish. I'm expecting that to probably come out maybe when I'm 50. years old.
Well, I say ish.
Yeah, they're making it episodic, aren't they? The
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII thing.
But-
And I suspect we'll get a tiny episode and then probably nothing for ages.
But while you're waiting for that, Lost Sphear, and you've got like
Yeah.
these cool little armor suits that you can fight people in, and they like add defense and give you like extra things
Yeah.
against big bosses and stuff.
It's almost like all these Japanese games came out in time for Christmas in Japan, and then they're just kind of putting them all, like shoveling them all into January for the Western audience. It looks cute. People liked I Am Satsuma, so hopefully it will be good.
Fingers crossed. That's fingers crossed. That's thumbs up. Ellen, January.
Thumbs crossed.
New Year, come on. A fighting game with a twist comes to us from a classic JRPG series, with Dissidia Final Fantasy DT. The game features 3 versus 3 combat, with each player switching between their characters, whilst the other 2 are controlled by AI. With 28 characters in 4 combat categories to choose from, there are a lot of unique battles that could play out. It has single and multiplayer modes, with the story focusing around the gods Spiritus and Materia. So this is basically like a Final Fantasy fighting game.
Yeah.
But-
This is the one you want to play if you're waiting for the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah.
Because if it's got a materia system, that was the magic system in Final
Yes.
Fantasy VII. So kind of interested to see how that translates to combat. A lot of people really like the Dissidia games. For me, it's just another one of those really confusing fighting games. Basically, if it's not Street Fighter with just 2 characters on a mostly 2D plane,
And some combos.
my mind is just completely blown. But yeah, this looks really complex, but kind of cool, and obviously it stars a bunch of like beloved
Yeah.
Final Fantasy characters and things like that.
Yeah.
So yet another Japanese game that is landing in January.
Yeah.
But if you're a fan of Japanese games landing in January, I hope you didn't spend too much money on your family's Christmas presents.
Yeah.
'Cause you've got a lot to spend this month.
You're not going to be broke.
Yeah, you're going to be broke AF.
Fans of hunting down great big monsters and picking a fight with them will be very much looking forward to Monster Hunter World, with ridiculous combat that you can tailor to your favourite style, loot to grab, and a heap of delicious food to cook, and the chance to have Mega Man in your game. This is definitely one to look forward to. This is one that when we were at, it was either E3 or Gamescom, we found out that it was coming to the Xbox One, and then
Yeah.
you guys were like, yes, we can cover it.
Yeah, right. So Monster Hunter games have tended to be on Nintendo platforms recently,
Yeah.
and before that on Sony platforms like the PSP. The last one, I believe, was Nintendo DS.
Yeah, a lot of
only.
handheld stuff.
So it's going to be nice to have a Monster Hunter game that's kind of a full fat kind of console
Yeah.
release on multiple platforms, and they're spending at least some of that processing power on the graphics because it
Yeah.
looks astonishing.
Yeah.
Like I really like the art style, the kind of sunsets and the lush vegetation, and some of
Yeah.
the different locations they've shown, like a sort of monster graveyard with all the
Yeah.
bones and stuff like that. It looks really, really cool. It's also co-op, so it's a really good game for kind of, because the way it certainly works in the previous ones that I've played is that although there is a sort of overarching story, they're kind of self-contained quests to go and track and find these monsters. So there's that sense of you all sort of heading out
Yeah.
as a group, and you know, fights can last for sort of 45 minutes
Yeah.
or so. Like, this is a game about hunting monsters, you may have guessed from the title. So there's not a lot of frills, it's just heading out there,
That is it.
tracking the thing down, and then using all of your combat skills and items that you've crafted in order to take these things down. And when you do, the sense of satisfaction is enormous. They're like sort of self-contained boss battles,
yeah,
essentially.
plus there are cats.
There are cats. All your friends are cats in this game. What more could you want?
Brought to us from the creators of Towerfall comes Celeste, a platforming game that sees you playing a young woman climbing to the top of a mountain. With fiendishly tricky action platforming, you'll have to be on your toes to avoid all the spikes and traps as you run around this gorgeously designed pixelated landscape. So looking at this, the gameplay is a little bit Super Meat Boy-ish,
Yeah.
but with like an additional thing of you can only use the dash ability in the air once,
Okay.
and when it depletes, like her hair goes blue.
Oh, okay.
Which
is that what happened to
I
yours?
approve of, yeah. It's because
Your dash ability depleted and now it's blue. When's it going to recharge?
I don't know.
We're into the new year now,
Yeah.
hopefully at some point within the next 6 months. This looks cool. Towerfall was great fun, but it was
Yeah.
multiplayer only, whereas
Yeah.
this is more of a kind of single player
Yeah.
type thing. It looks lethal
Yeah.
as anything. It's
Yeah.
really looks really hardcore. But I like the kind of pixely art style that was
Yeah.
very similar to Towerfall.
Yeah.
I also like to imagine that this is what Celeste from Daphne and Celeste did next.
Yeah.
This is the next chapter in her
Ooh,
story.
stick you, I'm gonna go climb a mountain.
Yeah, let's get you, your mama too. I'm going to climb a mountain because you're UGLY.
GLY.
Did they have any other songs? Not that
No.
I can recall.
But yeah, it looks really good. And it was made by 2 people.
Cool.
The prototype was made in 4 days at a game jam.
Was
and
it Daphne and Celeste?
Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine?
We've blown the lid wide open.
I know.
There are some of the games coming out this January, mostly Japanese titles, as we've noted. What one really caught your eye?
Oh, it's going to be Monster Hunter, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Monster Hunter is going to be really, really good fun, I think. And if you're not someone who's played the series before, I think it's going to be a really good point to kind of jump on board.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that, get some co-op stuff going with my friends.
No, I think it'll be really good. Let us know in the comments down below what you're most looking forward to. What other games are you still like, I've still not played from last year?
The pile of shame.
The pile of shame. Let us know and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more videos like this every month and loads of other videos like this all the time. And we will see you next time. And thanks for joining me.
No worries.
Go check out Outside the Xbox, they're cool. Yay.
Bye.